Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and a happy new year to you. Today is New Year's Day, January the 1st, 2023. Today I've decided to jump on the bike, the mighty MULTISTRADA V4S, go hit my favourite road, the Melton to Market Harborough. I couldn't resist a New Year's Day ride because I know most people will probably be a little bit hungover. So sit back, relax, and come along for the ride. So yeah, I did this last year. I jumped on the bike New Year's Day, managed not to party too hard, and checked the weather forecast. I think last year it was 15 degrees, and basically this year it's 10 degrees. But you know, apart from a little bit of damp on the ground, it's relatively nice. The sun is shining, although that is a little bit of a problem when it's really low. You turn some corners and you can't see for a few seconds. But it'll be interesting to see if there's any bikers out today. Well, one thing I've got to say, it's a little bit breezy. You can probably hear it in the helmet, but when you're on these open stretches, you do get a few crosswinds. Hold on. Here we go. 2 bikers. That's 2. Only been on the road for a few minutes and literally I've seen 2 bikers. Good on you guys. So yeah, this is one of my favourite stretches, this B6046 Melton to Market Harborough. It's a great bit of road when there's no traffic on it, and it can be the worst bit of road when you get stuck behind every farm vehicle and every slow driver. So let's see how this one goes. Right, so it's 9:48 AM, and you can probably see on the camera it's going to comp the sunlight. It'd probably be better actually doing it the other way. I keep looking at different sort of tyre options for this bike. I was thinking of getting some of the STR Pirellis for a bit more kind of like off-road kind of use or more trail use, but I'm not quite sure I'm actually going to use this bike on trails now. For those that have been following my channel, probably know recently I bought a Husqvarna 350, and I must admit, actually kind of like the couple of little rides I've done on that bike, it does give you more confidence in riding these bigger bikes. You feel like you move on the bike a little bit more, and you just feel a bit more kind of planted on the bike. I feel more confident straight away. But the first thing I did notice, I've not been on this bike for about 6 weeks, and I've been out on the Husqvarna a couple of times, and I've done that enduro ride in Tenerife, and you get on these big bikes and you then off notice the weight difference straight away. Them little enduro bikes are so light, it's unbelievable, but you learn loads, you know, because on the little bit I've done on the road with it, you kind of like you slide in the back wheel's spinning up. They're no good with knobbly tyres on the road, that's for sure, but you feel like you're learning to control the bike a bit more without being out of control. The question is, I've got to ask myself is, you know, will I stick with this bike this year? And the honest answer is yes. I can't see anything else I'd want to replace it with. And even going kind of for a newer bike, it wouldn't benefit me whatsoever. You know, I've ridden the Pikes Peak. I think they're a great bike if you want that type of riding, more track focused. Yeah, you know, go for it. That bike's not for me, this bike's for me. I've still got the Street Fighter V4S. My plan is this year to do some more track days, attend the DUCATI track days. They're brilliant. If you've not been to one of them, get yourself booked on this year, you'll have a blast. I'm going to do some more off-road riding. That was the whole purpose of buying the Husqvarna, to build more confidence up on the road again or on the track. I think it's a great way to keep riding all year round as well, and it really does test your skill levels. I've got some instructor days booked on the Husqvarna, so I'm sure we'll get some videos of that. a chap called Lee Walters, an instructor out in Wales. I've got a day out with him, super looking forward to it. We're going to get into some technical riding and certainly bring that skill level up for the off-road stuff. And like I say, the biggest plan really is to get better on this bike with learning on the off-road and learning on the track. But I mean, this DUCATI MULTISTRADA V4S has been absolutely superb. Every time I get on it, it puts a smile on my face. We don't get the seasons here in the UK like we used to. We don't get snow anymore, certainly in Loughborough where I live, slap bang in the middle of the UK. So, you know, to me, you kind of need a bike that you're going to ride as much as you can. And these bikes, the tyres, the handling, the performance, the electronics, and you just feel safe on the bike as well. A couple of the longer distances I've done last year was on the motorways and stuff, where nobody's a fan of motorway riding, I'm sure, but you know, sometimes it's the quickest way to get to your destination. And I'll be honest, the radar system and the blind spot indication on this bike is absolutely fantastic. There's no question about it. It works really, really well. The assisted cruise control is spot on, especially if you're riding in a group. There's one thing having cruise control, and that's fine if you're on your own, but if you're following somebody and they're not always going to stick to the same speed as you, the assisted cruise control on this is fantastic. It will brake for you, it will accelerate for you, so when you've got them long laborious rides, this bike sorts it out. What else have we got planned this year? So on the channel we're going to cover as many bike shows as possible. Next week we're at the Winter Classic, so we're going to do a video on that for you guys. I kind of like doing the shows. I love doing the classic shows now. It's nice to see what's coming out new for the following year, but the classic bikes, definitely, maybe because I'm coming a classic myself. I mean, I'd say probably the only downside with this bike is you can probably see on the dash I need some fuel. I only had like a half a tank in this morning, but you know, there has been a lot of disgruntled people regarding the fuel issues on these bikes. I think they might have just got a bit more out of them out of the new bikes. 2023 Multistradas do seem to have a little bit more fuel range, but for me, it doesn't bother me. I think all the positives outweigh the negatives on this bike, and yeah, what an awesome machine, guys. See, I mean, this is the other thing, you know, you kind of like there's a couple of horse riders just up here in front, and having one of those loud cans on, they're not so happy. See what I mean? I mean, that was literally me doing 5 miles an hour and that horse did not like it. They get spooked so easily. So that's what I mean about the exhaust systems, guys. I mean, like, you have something slightly louder. This is the stock can, it's quiet as anything. Things like horses don't like bikes. And even though I was kind of like going really slow, I was on the other side of the road, that horse did not like that. You stick a full system on that thing's doing somersaults. I'll be honest, I would not want to be riding a horse on a road. They're too unpredictable. At least this has got brakes. I think all in all, I've seen 2 bikers and 3 police cars. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. Yeah, this is the only one thing about these bikes. They're not the best on the fuel, but in all, when you kind of run out, you just fill up. I actually like putting the super in, but they completely ran out here, so pop a bit of the other stuff in just to get me back. For my coffee stop, and 2 of the bikers pulled in, so I think that's 4 today. Good on them. So as far as upgrades are concerned, I've really not been that bothered about it on this bike. I mean, I've put the crash bars on, as you perhaps know. I've not had to test those out. They do add a little bit of weight to the bike, but I really don't think it spoils the look. and if I get on the trails and I drop the bike, then hopefully them bars will add a little bit of protection. As for the exhaust can, I'm really not that fussed about changing that. I think, you know, the quieter the bike, really the better for this one. I'm not interested in having that thumping sound like I've had before on my Street Fighter. One thing I am going to do is swap the brake pads out, possibly in the next week or two. They're about on the limit at the minute. I have actually bought some. I'm not going to tell you which ones just yet. We're going to fit them in, go for another ride. I'll let you know how I get on. I've not gone for the stock ones this time. The chain upgrade and the sprocket on the Multistradas was a good choice. So this chain has definitely lasted the time. Just with the miles I've done on it, and I've not been religiously cleaning it like I normally would, but it kind of like, it does clean up nice. This bike's also had ceramic coating. I'm going to do a separate video on that, because this for's and against, you know, and I would like to bring it to you to show you what I mean, and I'll only do that when I do a full clean on the bike. We're certainly going to be doing some more videos on the Multistrada this year, at least getting some big tours in some wonderful places. So I want to say a big thank you to you guys for supporting the channel. All them likes, all them comments do certainly help this channel grow. So we've got more things coming, and we're going to have a fantastic year of all things bikes. So I hope you like the video, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe if you've not. Give us a like, and I'll see you in the next one.